Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the MenoLounge. I'm Julie Gordon-White, who am I? CEO of MenoWell, Menopause, Energy, High Fiber, and Protein Bars. How are you? So excited to be here with you. I missed you last week while I was traveling Denver again, all the places, LA for Menopause Month events. So glad to be back here with you. We've got some great guests. And by the way, sale ends today, I think today, on mymenowell.com to save on double chocolate brownie, and go to Amazon if you want to save on peanut butter. Okay, here I see our guests right here. I'm waving to them. Okay, I'm going to bring them up. This is going to be a great conversation. A long time. Okay, here's the plus. I see you tap that. I'm going to accept. Fingers crossed. You know how technology is. We've got a dynamic duo with us.
Yay! Oh, you're brilliant. Well done. Well done.
Okay, now we have to tell the truth about in the background. We're like, how do we get this going here? So here we are. Yay. Two of my favorite people with their amazing, my new favorite book, OMG. Look, can you see the bookmarks in there?
Oh, we love it.
Okay, midlife upgrade. We have the real life authors, the real life midlife women who are teaching us how to upgrade. Pamela DeRose and Julie Fedeli. Welcome to the MenoLounge. So
thank you for having us.
We would love to be with you in person. And we also just want to thank you always for your generosity. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves the bars. Mm-hmm. And we met you at a Let's Talk Menopause event, what seems like eons ago, but it was everything has taken off since, when was it? May of 2024, right?
Is that when that was? You know what?
Yeah.
True confessions, it all sort of blends together for
exactly.
me, you know, because I was in New York, right? Was it not the Chicago? Okay. See, this is what I'm saying. Because for me, and I know you guys, I bet, have felt this way too, I have met so many incredible new women on this journey that I know them, but I don't always know where I've met them because there's been so many places. So how about you guys? Has it been amazing as well?
Totally amazing. And you are everywhere, dearest. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that there's only one of you, because I don't know how you do it all, honestly. And I do remember telling you that your hair was absolutely beautiful, and I have gray in my hair, and you're like, oh, work that, babe, work that. I mean, we didn't even know each other, so I'm sure you just bring that kind of light to everyone. So
thank you so much. And you know, my hair used to be darker, but after all that travel and all these things, now I'm gonna be white by the time this, we get to 2026. But I don't care. Ladies, I love this book so much. Before we jump in, look at the purple hair dot. Congrats, Pam and Jules, on the publication of your book. I remember when you're working on it, when I attended a Kelly C's event in Chicago. So see, look at all the lives you're touching. People watching really, really care. Okay, you two, you have a whole chapter in the book on relationships. Together stronger, your loving relationships. And we know in midlife, all of our relationships are important, but our girlfriends are so important. Tell us a story about you two, how you connected, and then we'll talk about how you decided to take on this big adventure.
I let Pam tell the origin story. I don't know. Is it? It's rated kind of R.
PG.
Oh, good.
PG
21.
Yeah. So Julie and I have known each other since 2012, and because we were both, passionate about health and wellness and supporting other women, and then COVID happened, and we lost touch, for a couple of years, and then in 2022, Julie hosted an event called Sex, Love, and Menopause that I went to. And on the way out, she asked me about the big O. And I said, yes, I have all of them. She said, we must have lunch and talk. So
she's like, you're my people. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let's just get down to it. So we had lunch to talk about it. And what was interesting is I'm a marketing MBA. I had interviewed hundreds of women, asking them, what do they want to know about when it comes to midlife? And all of them said community. And one of the things that I felt passionate about, I'd been on my own journey, and I thought my midlife journey has been a lot of struggles. And I've been a health coach for 20 years. I've been in health and wellness for many years. And I thought, with everything that I'm struggling with, if I'm struggling, what is the average woman in this country doing?
Right.
And I shared that with Julie at lunch, and she said,
yeah, exactly. I'd been thinking the same thing. You know, for 35 years, I've been in health and wellness. I had an incredible perimenopause storm combined with postpartum, and totally undiagnosed everything. And so we really, and also both of us for decades have been supporting women, right? I had my own health and wellness practice supporting women, and I was hosting events for women, and I had a podcast, and we were like, okay, what are we, you know, Pam said, I've been dreaming of creating this platform. So we actually then, there were just numerous synchronicities as we were talking about off camera. And we decided to write a book, which we were told we could do in 3 months. And we were like, we're badasses. We can write a book in 3 months. It took us 3 years.
Of course.
So
but that's okay. It was worth it, right?
It was worth it. And we also, you know, Pam has a marketing MBA. This is her line, you know, when you decide to write a book called Midlife Upgrade, prepare for a midlife upgrade. So hopefully what we've done with the book is to make the midlife upgrade, which we now see looking in the rearview mirror, how important it was and what a portal it is to, you know, more wonderful things. But at the time, it was really difficult. So we're hoping it makes it much easier for women.
I love it. And I love how you have included each of your own stories and then an us, because that, I think it's a beautiful way to help women find themselves somewhere in the book. Because I think that's what we're all trying to do, is speak to lots of women, but one woman. And so if we can say something that makes an impact for one woman, then we've done our work every day,
gave
right?
me chills. I think it helps to normalize the experience.
Yeah. I love that.
It takes all of us, you know, we're all doing our part, right?
And all of our perspectives, but just, I love your card that you sent with us, because it just really illustrates the love and togetherness that you guys have, and the energy and commitment that you put. And it just exemplifying the importance of relationships and the power and the badassery, I should say.
Those t-shirts are Donna Karen. They say,
No.
I am, no, they're not. They're
Norma Kamali.
Norma Kamali. This is still midlife brain.
I need one of those.
And Norma
Get
Kamali.
it right.
Yeah. No, and it says, I am invincible.
I am invincible. That says it all. And that's really, we share so much of everything that you have in here, but just the empowerment and the confidence that we get when we get an upgrade. What we're going through is an upgrade, and upgrades are not always smooth as butter, right? There are bumps in an upgrade, because you can then tell the difference from before and after. So
100%.
I love it. Okay. Now, you know, when I got to the book, after I read, look at all the wonderful docs, everybody, all our favorites who have given accolades in the book, but I went straight to nutrition and cravings. Cravings. Let's talk about cravings, because cravings come from a food place, they come from a hormonal place, and then they come from holes in our hearts, from things that we have experienced, right, that we're hungry for. So I would love you, from the wellness perspective, talk about cravings and what really surfaced for you in that chapter, or that part of the book, I should say.
So I actually studying cravings is very interesting to me. And I think what you said is so powerful. Cravings are mind, body, spirit. If you're lacking in one of those areas, you will have cravings. So I think addressing that in midlife is huge. Most cravings are actually emotional. They really are. And if you can take it, when you're having a craving, if you can take a step back and be more mindful, breathe into it, and actually ask your power, what is it that I really need? Right. And see what drops in for you. Now, one of the things I will say, and this is a plug for your bars, because the craving for chocolate is a physical thing. Oftentimes we're missing magnesium. That's usually a chocolate craving. It can be an emotional craving as well. But one of the things I love about the MenoWell bars is when you do have a little craving, that takes the edge off, and it's healthy and good for you. So when you are having a craving, if you can find something that will satisfy that craving and not, drag you off the rails, that's a good thing.
Well, that's how I got into this crazy menopause land, because of my own cravings, and having the chocolate and the fiber satisfied that. But like you're saying, even in the book too, and in the mind, body, spirit aspect of it, that I had deeper cravings even than food, right? Even than the hormonal fluctuations. And I approached it from a food perspective, but then I had to really get real with myself about really what I was hungry for, what was I craving. And it probably had a lot to do with connection, that I felt very isolated during COVID. And I had my husband, which was actually a wonderful time in my marriage because we were stuck together. And 2 of my 3 kids were home. But for my own place at 55, which I find when I speak to a lot of women, they have that inner craving and hunger for things they haven't finished, that they really feel in their heart.
Right, that's
right?
powerful.
Are you guys seeing that? That
Right.
things that we have left, that we start to tell ourselves stories around, I'm too old, or it's too late, or I don't have enough money, or whatever story we make up about the thing we're really hungry to step into. Have you noticed that?
Yes, most definitely. We were just in a women's group this morning, and my son just 2 weeks ago moved to New York City, and he was with me here in Chicago for a couple of years, and I actually thought that I would be heartbroken. And I honestly, he's very, very happy, so that's a gift, right? But I was like, it's like I'm emerging in a new way. Not only did we write the book and do all of this in the past 3 years, I said this morning, I feel like I'm 28 again. Like I'm cycling back to that time when I was just beginning my career, just beginning, this new life. And except I'm circling back with far more wisdom. And right,
you're not starting at the beginning, right? You've got a strategic advantage. Yeah.
So I do think that is the opportunity for women. That's really what we want to share always, is that all women are extraordinary, extraordinary. And the stories we hear of the suffering, but also the incredible resilience. And we really believe, as women are empowered and really supported, that it can change the world. That's really
and both of us have become empty nesters, like just pretty recently.
At the same
time. At the same time, pretty much.
Kind of crazy.
But it's interesting how much space that opens up in your head to not have that extra thing going on in your life.
And again, both of our kids were really, we've gone through it, but both of our kids now are really happy and healthy. So that is also what opens up the space. It's like, okay, I can pay attention to my own desires.
Pour back into yourself all that we're pouring externally.
Right.
Well, I don't want to ruin your joy, but sometimes they come back. I'm just saying.
No, darling, that's great. We know that. We've experienced that already. They graduated and they came back. And now
they're gone.
Right. I had one that flew, one that ran. The first one came back, then the third one came back. So it's like go downstairs. That's fine. And don't ask me what's for dinner. Those are the rules. Don't make a mess. Clean up your stuff and don't ask what's for dinner. So
love it.
I love that. Well, I'm excited, and you're right. When we launch them, we relaunch ourselves, or we have a new opportunity to relaunch into things that we still have in our heart. So in the book, you guys do such a great job of giving the basics, meeting women where they are in their menopause journey, like laying it out really, really well. And then you go into the girlfriends part and the food part, yes to Mediterranean, yes to Whole30, all about those things. Yes to intermittent fasting, as long as it doesn't interrupt feeding your workout. Yes to that. So super aligned on everything you shared. I want to ask you each, what is your favorite chapter and why?
Ooh,
Do you want me to start?
go ahead. I know what yours is going to be.
My favorite chapter essentially is the sex chapter. We call it the sex chapter.
We knew that, but go ahead, dive in.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could have guessed. Well, I mean, it was, first of all, I think that women carry, most women, a lot of shame regarding sexuality. And we have had the good fortune of having an incredible GYN here, Dr. Samina Rahman in Chicago. And she just, I mean, we didn't even know that GSM, formerly known as vaginal atrophy, actually even existed. We did not know that. 30 years plus each of us in health and wellness never was on our radar.
That term itself.
Yeah, well,
Or the
that
fact
even
that it
existed,
happened.
that it happened physically, you know? So, and I don't know how much we can go into on Instagram Live, but people can
Let's
Google
take a
it.
chance. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I mean, so it's vaginal atrophy, right? So, and all of that means. And women, we were never told about vaginal estrogen as a possibility, or, you know, DHEA or any of that. And it just was such a revelation for us about how much women, like, how is this information not public, right? So that really spoke to the fact that, like, we really aren't supported in our pleasure, you know? And in the past year, there have been a lot of physicians talking about that. Dr. Kelly Casperson, for one, being a very vocal advocate for all of that.
We love Dr.
And so anyway, I don't just talk about, we wrote everything together, but she really is the food girl, and I guess I'm the sex girl. They go together.
They go together because food is quite sexy, if you ask me.
Amen.
So.
Right. So anyway, it was also, you know, it's also really, it's actually the pleasure chapter, as I said. It's really about women reconnecting with what brings them pleasure in all areas of their lives. And so it was a lot of fun, though. And it also liberated me in some ways. I was like, well, I guess my high school friends now know that I'm talking about sex. You know what I'm saying? So.
Wow, you have sex? Oh my gosh, you know.
Well, I mean, it's still taboo for women, you know. So.
It still is. And you know, even now I'm 60, there's still sometimes it's uncomfortable to talk about certain things, even with a partner you have had. You know, I've had the same partner for 40 years, you know, plus 30s, plus. So the more we talk about it, the better. And I know you guys talk about communication, and that just is important across the board. For having, you know, to experience more pleasure, to feel more comfortable in our own bodies. I always say menopause calls us back to our bodies, but usually I'm talking about belly fat. I'm not always talking about the big O. And it calls us back to all the parts, right? All of ourselves, our whole self.
Yeah.
So
we say sex can be better in midlife, right? Because we're more comfortable in our bodies. We know more about what we like. And can't get pregnant, right? And that communication is very, very important.
Huge.
So,
Huge.
and also to take care of those beautiful, beautiful body parts as well. So.
I love it. Really good. Okay, Pamela, all the things.
Any of it is good.
I know.
So I mostly wrote the chapter on food because that's food. I love food. It's always been my passion. And that's probably my favorite chapter because as a coach, so many people ask about, and they want some detailed explanation, and there's some magical thing they should be doing. And I think there's so much conflicting information out there on food.
So confusing. And nutrition is complex all by itself without all the conflicting information.
I think it can be really simple. You know, I don't think you need to make it as complicated as what we think. Like there's not a magic pill, and it is figuring out what works for you. And I think kind of like hormones are, it's figuring out what works for you. So giving women some education on what your body needs, and like you said, like Mediterranean diet, yes. Intermittent fasting, yes. Whole30, yes. But everything in moderation. You don't have to go crazy to be healthy and feel good.
Yeah. Balance, which is kind of an elusive word, but in food, I think the more we can be balanced about getting all the vitamins that we need, all the nutrients, all the fats, all the carbs, all the protein, And we don't have to be so extreme.
Right.
That was for the 80s. We don't need that anymore.
Right. Right.
That was the 80s. Oh my God.
So 80s, you know, like so 10 minutes ago. We can just have a calm, balanced approach to how we eat. And I think that speaks back to loving ourselves the way we are. And sure, we want upgrades. Who doesn't want an upgrade? Not mad about that. But we don't have to really, you know, we don't have to hurt ourselves or be so extreme and hard on ourselves.
Yeah, so true.
We tend to do that with food. So what's been surprising, having written this incredible book, and by the way, here it is again, make sure, I know, I always hate that it's going to show backwards, but The Midlife Upgrade, A Girlfriend's Guide to Finding Your Power in the Pause. What has been surprising after you have been out talking about the book, meeting women who have read it? What have you been surprised to learn?
I think it's one of the things that I don't think we ever get tired of is someone coming up and saying how wonderful it was, that it spoke to them. I mean, people have messaged us, they're buying multiple copies and sharing with their friends and family, even women our age sharing with like their 20-something-year-old daughters, and which has been amazing because, hey, we learned about puberty. We're going to learn about, you know, pregnancy, but then you like drop off a cliff.
This comes on the other end of that.
This comes on the other end.
And then here, right.
So I think that's been really beautiful, the feedback.
Yeah, it's been such a gift. And it's also opened so many doors for us to meet more incredible women. And we were all just in Denver at an event and just wowed by these women and what they're doing and what they're creating. And that it gives us so much hope. So, I mean, for us, that's really so joyful. And to see, you know, the movement really bringing women and supporting them in being awake and supporting them in gathering in community. It's powerful, really super powerful.
I love it. I love that the Health Summit in Denver that Stephanie Traver put together, because I love that, you know, before this conversation was very centered in New York, and then Mary Claire popped it up, got Texas going. But now we're seeing it, you know, in Chicago's really getting louder, and Dallas, although that's still Texas, but Dallas and Denver now is really starting to get more momentum going. And I just love it, the way the conversation is amplifying across the country. It's a beautiful thing. So
women are craving information and craving community and connection.
Yeah. And we've been speaking actually since we've come off Menopalooza and the Denver event, and we're going to New York next week for another event. We're really actually thinking about access, because so many women do not have access to good medical care, and they don't have access to community. And if you're not on social, which a lot of women, I too am, you know, I'm 60, gonna be 63. Women just don't. Not everybody goes on social. Who's
all the time?
All the time. Right. It's not an extension of our arm, you know. So I do feel like we are really trying to figure out also, how do we bring what we're doing, what all of us are doing together, to communities that actually do not even know this exists, do not even know that there's a possibility that they can physically feel better, and all of the things, right?
Yeah. I'm with you. And because, you know, we talk about it every day, it feels that, everyone is talking about perimenopause, and here comes perimenopause now. I would say 2026 is going to be the year of peri. And so, but we're still only tip of the iceberg. So I'm with you. Let me know how we can support and whatever you're cooking up over there, because we all need to continue to link arms in this conversation.
Agreed.
100%.
So from the book, I know you have some tips that you might be able to share with our readers. We here come the readers. I know you.
I know.
Wait. Okay, let's go.
Well, I'm figuring I should put on my glasses. I'm going to have to answer intelligently.
It's all going to be intelligent no matter what. But okay, yes, tips, please. Tips.
Oh, tips.
Tips.
Oh, what were you going to say? Are you going to read?
No, dears. No.
Oh.
No. Tips, number one tip, you are your best advocate. We women need to stand up for themselves. And you know, it's interesting. Kelly Casperson talks about educating yourself so you can educate your doctor. The reality is a lot of doctors aren't keeping up on what the latest research is. And I mean, we hear stories all the time of women that have been gaslit, you know, told incorrect information about what's happening in their bodies. And, you know, we always know what's going on. Deep down, you know when you're off and you're not right. And it's okay not to take no for an, you know, don't take no for an answer. Keep doing your research and go find someone that will listen to you and support you.
Yeah. There's again, you know, I'm circling back on this. There's actually a lot of hope. And for women who don't, you know, like, read some of these books. These books are amazing.
Amazing.
Even one of them can change your life, right?
I give them to my doctor every time I go visit her. I bring her a new menopause book, you know, because she had no clue. I was the one who said, what about this? Here's that, you know, and so now she's into it. So you'll be next on my visit.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I mean, it's really, I mean, to really educate ourselves and to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. I mean, you're doing this Instagram live with us. You are supporting women all the time, right? And creating community so that they can reach out. They can DM. We're happy to talk. You're happy to talk. We're, you know, that. And there are many, many women out there like us, and to really to know that, and to find those women, and to you know, you may not feel 100%, right? We didn't feel 100%, but like, keep moving forward, because it can get better and better.
Right. I love that. You may not feel 100%, but we can feel better. We can feel better together.
Definitely.
I love that. Okay. Anything else? Parting wisdom you want to share?
Just midlife is not the end. It's definitely, I mean, I'm 58, Julie's 62. We just started doing this, and it's not too late. So
who'd have thought?
Something you want to do, go do it.
Right. You just never know. Follow those whispers in your heart. I love in the beginning of the book, there's a book portal.
What's in there?
What's in here? With powerful resources, inspiring playlists. Okay, have me there. Guided meditations. I haven't been here yet. Sorry, ladies, I have to go. I need to go in your book portal right now. So I love that you have all these supporting things in addition to all the goodness in the book. So tell us, what was the inspiration for that? That's a good way for us to wrap today.
Well, yeah, our book mentor, actually, she wrote an amazing book about wealth for women, and she had this QR code, and we were like, nobody's ever thought of that before. And it's interesting, like literally 20 years ago, I read a book that came with a CD. And I was like, back in the day when there were CDs, but it was like music accompaniment, right? With the book. And I always thought that was the coolest thing. So this is our version of, like, you know, we have playlists, but also, you know, it's like we couldn't put everything in the book, you know, so that's an opportunity to expand, and the meditations are great. And
then we can update information as new information comes out.
Which happens all the time.
I love it. Brilliant and just useful. So thank you for that. And I'm excited about the meditations, because I'm a meditation girl every day.
Good.
Me too.
Every day. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, it's one of the best things I think a woman can do in midlife is find a way to get quiet for a little bit every day before the world comes at you with all the things. So
true.
You guys, I'm so glad we finally met in person in Denver, although I felt like I already knew you, but and you were all wearing your black and your leather, like, oh, those ladies are my jam. I'm wearing my black furry vest today, right?
Oh, I love it.
Love.
Okay.
Furry. Okay.
Love.
Where can women get midlife upgrade?
The best place is on Amazon. Go to Amazon. Yep.
It's also available. I mean,
Barnes and Noble.
It's also available on Barnes and Noble for sure, because there's some people and a few local bookstores.
Yes.
So that's fun.
We hope to get it in more local bookstores.
Thank you, Joe.
And also on social, where should they follow you, and what's the URL for the website?
So social, you can follow us on Instagram at We Are Midlife Upgrade. And then our website is midlifeupgrade.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming together as friends,
You're
as
amazing.
women, doing the hard, heavy lifting. I've written a book. I know it is painful.
It is,
but worth it.
Nobody talks about that either. That there should be like a midlife upgrade for authors.
Yeah.
Like it is, it is definitely. It's people. Yeah, it's.
You don't
tough.
realize it is a labor of love and emphasis on labor until it's done. But you know what? It's a beautiful legacy for your children, for younger women. Books live on forever, and you know that you put your heart into this, and so it will be a valuable resource. So make sure you go get it. It's so good.
Julie.
You are so lovely, Julie. Do we have to say goodbye, actually? Because we just we'd like to hang out with you some more.
Come over, come to the Bay Area here. We need to do more things in San Francisco. We're kind of lagging. We're always kicking ourselves around here. But there'll be some fun things coming up in the spring. So but just come to visit.
We'd love it.
And we're doing another Menopalooza next year, so we'd love to have you back in Chicago.
And the M Factor.
Yes.
M Factor to the end of February.
Yes, I'll be doing MenoWell as a sponsor of M Factor Film. So.
I saw that.
Yay!
Yes. Well,
way to go.
We're honored because those ladies talk about a labor of love.
Oh my God.
They're working their tails
They're
off.
all incredible. Incredible.
I get it. I have the fortune. I talked to Denise Pines, one of the executive producers, is a dear friend, and so to just watch her tirelessly, and Tamsin and Joanne and Kobe, the director, it is just phenomenal, and build on the momentum and success and impact that they've already had with the first film. That's why I said, here comes Perry. Here she comes.
Yep, that's great. That's great.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Doing your magic, to be continued, huh?
Yeah,
perfect.
Much love.
Right. Thank you, Julie.
Same. Thank you, everyone. MenoWell. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.